Hi everyone, my name is Mai Santana Pilar and I am here right now live on the Miss Canada Gold Productions Facebook page and YouTube page. And I am here with a very special guest, someone who's very close to my heart. And he's been not only my former acting teacher, but actually a life coach. And he's no other than Pido Aguilar or Carlos Aguilar Jr. Hi, Pido.
Hi Maya, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too.
So, Pido is a motivational speaker, but he has gone through a lot of stuff. He's a teacher, a philanthropist, entrepreneur, and a motivational speaker. So, Pido, you would like to introduce yourself to all our viewers out there?
Hello Canada, hello world. I am your inspirational, motivational speaker, and I can be whoever you want me to be. Maybe your group, your school, your organization, your company. If you want to feel inspired, uplifted, empowered, blessed, energized, to just feel a little better, let's go for it, and I'll be there.
See, just by his introduction, it's so calming and it gives a lot of energy. I like that. So, Pido, let's talk about first the COVID situation in the Philippines. How are you guys doing there in the Philippines?
Well, we are going to the same thing, social distancing, mask, gloves, staying home, not getting out for everyone's safety. How about there?
It's the same thing. We are on uh, quarantine or self isolation um, for non essential businesses, and people are basically either they work from home or they just stay at home. And unless you're an essential worker, which is if either you're a frontliner um, or a medical worker. So, but again, it shall pass. This shall pass, right?
We
So,
will grow from all this.
I'm going to read a poem that you actually wrote, and it's when I'm reading to this, it's very it goes on to what's going on today's society. So it's called "When I Speak or Train" by Pido Aguilar Jr. When I speak or train, I tell my story so you can relate it to your story. When I speak or train, I express my truth so you can spread yours. When I speak or train, I radiate my essence so I can be present to you. When I speak or train, I offer my value so you can appreciate yours. When I speak or train, I feel blessed to devote my time with you. When I speak or train, I offer my value so you can appreciate yours. When I speak or train, I feel blessed to devote my time with you. When I speak or train, I expose my vulnerability so my weakness connects to your strength. When I speak or train, I lead you to your worth and magnificence. When I speak or train, I grow with you from our encounter. So tell us, how does this fit in the situation that our world is facing right now?
Whatever your job is, even if you're not a speaker, the point is to touch lives. When I speak, I don't just stand in front of an audience. I spend my life with them, whether it's an hour or 2 hours, my story, my heart, my experiences, so that all of you can relate to it. Because we all have the same story. We just come from different places, but we are one. We are connected. We are unified. We all cry together. We all laugh together. So let's build on that harmony and unity. And speaking can do that.
That's actually true, Pido, because nowadays it's not about first world country or third world country. It does not define us anymore on what nationality or what country are we from. It's basically stating that we are human human beings, and that is what we are, and we are the citizens of the world, and that we have to be as one to work and fight this pandemic that's going on. So everyone should be united. And this poem just says exactly about that.
We are all brothers and sisters. No borders, no boundaries. No one is American, no one is Canadian. We are one. We are together. Let's grow together. Let's suffer together. Let's enjoy together. And let's succeed together.
That's a very positive message. So I am going to be talking about your life because I'm sure everybody wants to know who is Pido Aguilar, and what 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 has he gone through in life. So let's start off as you are an alumni of the Philippine Science High School, and you actually receive an award, Lagablab Award, sorry, as one of its outstanding alumni at that time. So could you explain something about that?
Little blood means you're on fire, aflame, passionate, committed, dedicated. I think they saw that I was a good teacher, so that year they gave me the Lagablab Award.
Okay, yeah, because he's actually a teacher for how many years, Pido?
18 years.
18 years, I know. And he was my acting teacher. Um, and I did it for, I think, 4 years. So I know how he is a good acting teacher. And with academics, I don't know, because I've never had him in my academic lifestyle. But during acting, I know that he is one of the best acting teachers because I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't learn from this guy. So he is a part of my life, why I am a good speaker and how I learned how to be a public relations person. So thank you, Pido, for that, because I wouldn't have those skills if it wasn't for you and if it wasn't for the late Mr. Singson and other people involved with the ACT. So ACT means Ateneo Children's Theater. So it's comprised with the students from Ateneo de Manila Grade School and Miriam College, St. Bridget's College. So Ateneo Grade School is like basically for the guys, and for the girls like Miriam and St. Bridget's, Holy Spirit, Assumption. That's where I came from those schools. So, and the girls basically go to Ateneo. They audition for the parts to yearly for their main production. So, and I had the opportunity to be in the production for 5 years. Um, and it was a theatrical production. It's musical. There's some productions that are musical, and there's some productions that are, how can I say it, mainstream, right?
Yeah, 18 years of singing, dancing, acting, enjoying together.
Be prepared because I'm going to ask you to sing later. So I
Uh,
hope I hope to put you in a spot on that one. So now so you received for 18 times the Eaglet Award as one of the most outstanding teachers of the Ateneo de Manila Grade School. So tell us something about that award.
every year, the school chooses the best of the best of the best, and they think that I am one of the best, and they gave it to me 18 times.
Okay, so before I go on to the next question, because it's leading to that, so what made you decide to leave your teaching position to be a philanthropist and a motivational speaker?
My teaching became the groundwork. I didn't know that I would move to become a motivational speaker, but because I was speaking for 18 years, when I left the academy, I became an inspirational motivational speaker. I was touching the lives of students, and God said, this time you touch the lives of men and women all over the world. You're done with school, go to the world.
Yeah, and you know, it's still considered teaching because you actually work with different big corporations, performing team building activities, as well as other sects of industries, not only in corporate world, but also um, non-profit organizations, as we call it here in Canada. But I don't know how you call it in the Philippines. NGOs, right? Non-government organizations. Okay.
Yes.
So now in this next question, it relates to that. So you received the 2008 HR Global Excellence Award given at Mumbai, India. So could you talk to me and let me know about this? Like explain some details about this?
My work takes me to different corporations and schools and organizations, and each group has a human resource office. So they get to know how you work well, how you make people work well, how you build relationships, how you lessen the conflict in the workplace. Maybe they noticed that I am good in human relations, so they gave me that award in 2008.
Okay, that's a great achievement, especially you brought honor to the Philippines because of this award. It's a global award, right? And the next question is he was the president of the PSTD, which is Philippine Society for Talent Development in 2007, and PSTD Board of Trustees in 2009 2010. So tell us about this.
PSTD is my way of giving back to society. It's training the trainers and building the talent and discovering new talent because I think I am talented. It's my way of giving back by discovering the talent of each one. So when I was president, I helped look for new talent, new faces, new professionals, new training people so that the Philippines will have a good training force.
That's actually good. See, that's the philanthropic side of Pido because you're basically trying to give um, or have the ability for a lot of Filipinos to grow and and share their talents, not only in the Philippines but globally, and give them that um, basis and root for for them to grow as a person and as a member of the society. So with that, again, Pido, thank you so much because you've helped a lot of Filipinos to spread their wings and learn to um, bring out their blessings to others. So thank
Absolutely.
you. So now let's talk about you being an author because that's important. Because I mean, all your books that you are selling on Amazon and other online outlets out there has been a hit. So you have written four inspirational books, which is The Seven Heart Sets of True Abundance, Starting Today, Only Love, Forever Love, I Put Peace in My Pocket, which I think out of all those five, I got three because I didn't get the
Wow.
Starting Today and the Black Book. So
I'll give it to you when I see you in August.
yes, and there's also a Black Book, right? The Black Book.
There you go, in August.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that because it's again, it helps me in my personal improvements that I need to work on because you know we're never too old and we can never say that we are always perfect. And with these books, it really helped me. It gives me a lot for reflection, how to improve myself better. as a communicator, as a person, as a human being, and as a public figure. So let's talk about these books again, Pido, and talk about it for each book. You can show it and tell them and what the book is all about, right? So your first feature.
The seven hardships of true abundance. To summarize, every moment is a blessing. Every moment has a blessing. And this book tells you and reminds you, and you will always remember that every moment has something good in it. Just look again and again. So your moments of sadness and depression get much, much fewer because you always feel blessed and abundant.
That actually is so important nowadays because a lot of people are actually not content of what they have, and they wanted to crave more and have more, and that's where the problem arises. I've read that book, and I know for a fact I was actually one of those people that I just want to excel more, but not actually taking the time to enjoy the current blessings that I have. And that's important to have in order to have more abundance. And I think this book actually helped me a lot for self realization. So, the second book, Pido, let's talk about that.
I put peace in my pocket. We are all stressed in some way. We are crazy. We are rushing here and there. We move about. We rarely rest. So the book says, put peace in your pocket. There are many ways of being more peaceful and restful and relaxed and still do a lot of things.
And you know what? That book actually helped me a lot too, because you've been here in Canada for 3 times, and I've invited you to be a motivational speaker to all our contestants. And I remember you giving those books to our delegates. And thank you again for your generosity. And my life um, during pageant week, you know how I get hyper and so stressed out. And reading that book actually had put peace in my life because of the fact that I've always been this perfectionist. I guess because it comes in every factor of number one being a minority here in Canada, minority that is running a big Canadian production. And I didn't realize that it was not the people who had put stress into me. It's me who had put that stress in myself. Um, and with that, I didn't realize that that was the toxic part that I put myself in my life. So I'm just defining what I see because I read your books and it has helped me so much and it has helped all the girls. So I wanted you to share what you actually spoke to the girls about at the Miss Canada Globe pageant because you've done it 3 times and you've given that speak motivational class to all our contestants, which other pageants did not have. Only us, because that's why we're so honored and blessed to have you because it does make a difference to the girls. So would you like to share about that?
It's always a joy to make someone feel better, to smile a little more, to feel good deep inside. That is the bottom line. Feel good deep inside. And then feel a little better each time. If the way I speak or the way I write makes that happen to you, then we're good.
Because I remember in pageant week, I'm always so hectic. And he was the one, Pido was the one who actually calmed me down a lot of times because you actually have tried to like calm me down and make, give me that peace that I need in order to move on. Because whenever you have that toxic in yourself, it's like you are not able to push forward on what you do, and it's actually hindering you to do what you need to achieve your goals. So again, that second book is so important, and we will talk about all these books where how you can avail to it. So let's talk about your third book.
Starting today, there are many things you want to accomplish in life, whether you're young or old, male or female. You want to finish. But you have to start today. You gotta get to it. You have to start something today. So this book lists different things that you gotta start today. And then tomorrow is a new today. And then the next day is a new today. But you gotta start today.
Again, I am guilty of that, but I didn't read the book because I didn't have it.
You will have it.
I'm looking forward to that. But it's not true what you said because people always actually live their life advancing themselves when the day hasn't even started. So with that itself, that will be a great help. Let's talk about your next piece. I have that copy.
This one?
Yes. That's the last book.
Only love, forever love. Not hatred, not anger, not jealousy, only love, forever love. Not easy, but not impossible. Just go love. Your family, your friends, your partner, your enemies, not easy, but only love, forever love. And it has many tips on how to love, even if she's like that, she's like that.
Actually, that book is so beneficial for me because you've also experienced that with me when I was going through a really bad timing of a relationship in my life.
Oh yeah.
And with that itself, it made me realize what really is the type of love that, and how you would be able to determine what love would be good for you as a person. And towards reading that book, I don't know the definition of toxic love, a poison love, and loving yourself. So that book actually helped me a lot in a way that I learned to know that you need to be able to love yourself in order for other people to love you. Because I did not know about the self-reliant love. I've always been relying love on other people. So this book has helped me a lot, Pido. And that's why I'm like so different from the last time you saw me. And you know that. Let's talk about the last book.
Which you will also have in August. Rise right away. It has more than 1,000 exercises on how to write, what to write, when to write, and every exercise will help you unload, release, be free, be liberated, be healed. Just write and write and write and write. And nobody has to read what you write, but you are releasing and freeing yourself right away.
That book, I need that because, being a public person and doing a lot of public speakings and motivational speeches as well, and being a director of a pageant where people look up to me, especially girls, on being confident. Sometimes I actually have problems with focusing on writing my speeches. So I think this will be beneficial for a lot of people who are actually writers and journalist students and journalist people who are working for media or business wise as well, because of the fact that when you are actually running your own business, you do a lot of books. So um, tell us about with that book itself. How will it work for people who are entrepreneurs?
It's basically writing, and writing is expressing yourself, your thoughts, feelings, heartache, pain, worries, doubts, fears. You cannot run a business or whatever your job is if you are just full of baggage and luggage. When you write, you lessen one layer in your life. When you write, you free yourself a little more. When you write, you feel less heavy, you feel lighter. Then you can go about your work, whether it's business or dancing or flying a plane.
I want that. So when I see you in August, you better bring it. So,
I agree.
so to the people in the pageant world, please prepare yourself to all the national delegates for 2020 because Pido will be giving another motivational speaking engagement with you all and help you, especially with your confidence and acceptance of yourself, to be a better version of yourself. So, ladies, like, look forward to this because this is something that Pido is giving a gift, sharing his gift to all of you. So, we're looking forward to that, Pido. So, now let's talk about the your experience basically being a senior teacher and educator at Ateneo de Manila Grade School because we didn't touch base into that. We kind of skipped from one event of your life and we didn't actually cover actually this part, which is a big part of your life. So talk about that, Pido.
When I graduated from college, I didn't know what job to take. At that time, it was good to teach, to try it out even for a year. Rather than be jobless, I took a teaching job at the Ateneo de Manila Grade School. I told myself, I'm giving myself 1 year and then I'll go to a corporate setting. I ended up liking it, so I said, okay, 1 more year, okay, 1 more year, and then I stayed for 18 years. I realized that teaching is my passion, teaching is my mission. And then I moved to corporate. Teaching became training. So it's still teaching. Training adults, training men and women. It's still teaching.
Okay, so the next venture in your life was actually where I met you. That is when you became an associate director and choreographer for Ateneo Children's Theater. So tell us about that part of your life.
I owe it to Mr. Mariano Simpson Jr. for believing in myself. You know what? I never thought that I was an artist. I had no idea that I could choreograph. I had no idea I could direct. But he said, go. I told him, sir, I have no experience. I have 0 years on theater. Go. But no but. Just choreograph, just direct, we'll do it together. And you know what? We choreographed and directed 18 musicals and dramas and children's plays. I never thought I could do it, but he believed in me. So it's our turn, yours and mine, to make others believe in themselves. The girls to believe in themselves. Then they can fly.
I always am grateful for that experience because it made me the person that I am today. Um, because people would know, okay, you know what, when you are in a theater and you're actually learning to act, people don't know what actually you learn from it, but it's actually a lot, especially when it comes to personal building development, because that's where you encounter how to remove the stage fright or the intimidation that you face hundreds of people in a theater acting. And you know what really got me was like the fact that you have to memorize your script. That was my weakness as an actress because I'm the type of person that doesn't like to actually be so choreographed. But that's the biggest discipline that I've learned a lot because number one, it's like you need to be really disciplined to memorize the lines and then learn how to like put those lines and make it a reality for you to act on it. And especially when it's a musical, it's even more effort. So that's one thing I've learned from that. It's not just being an actress, but the skill of it. Because being um, a theater actress or actor, you have to be disciplined. It's not like okay, you have so many take one or take two. It's only one, and if you make a mistake, you cannot turn it back. You have to like really move forward and make it look like no one knows that you made a mistake. So again, I'm so grateful, Pido, to you and to Mr. Sing Song because I didn't have that discipline in me. And you know me because when I was young, I was very chatty girl, and I thought like I had like an ADD, like because I could not be in one spot. And I always get in trouble with you because you will always say, Maya, why are you so malikot? Or you're like moving a lot, or why can't you focus? And because other people are like learning their lines and they're on stage while I am talking to like my fellow actresses and playing like card games and everything just because I don't like being bored. So that discipline also taught me a lot in a very young age. So again, thank you for that. Now, did you ever think of like going back and like try to like do your own production because you're so great at it being a theater choreographer and director?
Oh, I miss theater, whether on stage or backstage. I miss acting. It's in my blood. That's why, because I cannot do theater, I'm an actor when I speak. I am an actor in front of my audience. I'm an actor in front of whoever I speak to. I am crazy. I am different. I do cartwheel. I do
Huh.
everything just to attract attention. I'm an actor when I speak.
Girls will witness that during the pageant. He is so hyper. Like, you wouldn't think that in his age he would have that energy in him. Because me, I'm 41 and I feel tired knowing that I have like the whole day doing a lot of stuff that I cannot be so humorous. And you have that energy that I always wanting to have because I can't be so smiley all the time, especially when you're running a production. It's very different because you are so relaxed when you're running a theater production. And it's not really, it could be different from a pageant production because pageant production, all the girls are basically doing their runway, but it could be similar because everybody has to act and portray a very good presence on stage. So, how would you say what the pageant girls could benefit in that kind of discipline and attitude of what you have?
Whether you are in a pageant or in another contest or a job or in school, just be the best you can be. Be disciplined, work hard, believe in yourself, do what you can, know what you can't do, but be better in what you can do, excel, be your best version, be your higher version. Whether you're tall or petite or mid or thin, it doesn't matter. Be the best of who you are. If you win, that's great. If you don't win, that's even greater because you joined, you participated, you grew, you experienced a lot of things, and you met a lot of girls.
That's another line that I learned from you. Be the best of who you are. I remember you saying that when I was young. So, oh wow. That was like, it just brought some deja vu to me, Pido. You're making me cry. I remember that, what you told. Be the best of who you are. You told to every young person. And that line actually helped a lot of people, including myself. So, again, I'm thankful for that um, wonderful line that you keep on saying. Be the best of who you are. Wow, it's a deja vu. Thank you, Pido, for reminding me that because I didn't even remember that, but now I remember it because it was one of those days that you gave that speech, and that line changed a lot of people's lives. So thank you.
You're
Now
welcome.
let's talk about 38 years and counting that you have been a corporate speaker on communications. So, which is business writing and presentation skills, and inspirational and motivational speakers for conferences and conventions. So, talk about that, Pido, because I myself am curious about this.
We are always a beginner. Whatever your age is, whatever number of years you have worked, you still don't know something else. So I tell the people you can speak a little better, you can write a little better, you can present a little better. Let's just be a little better each day. We cannot be perfect, that's not the goal, but let's just be a little better each day. Work on it, work on it, work on it. You are always a beginner. Because the moment you say I know everything, that's the end of you.
And in the pageant world, that becomes a downfall for some girls when they become so overconfident about themselves. Instead, it makes it attractive to the judges. It's a big turnoff, you know. And I know because you've been a judge in our pageant, and I'm sure people would like to know what you're actually looking for when you're judging a girl on stage.
Of course, beauty, of course, grace, but most of all, sincerity.
And can you actually spot that? I mean, you've never been in model, or I know you're a choreographer, but can you spot that from a girl just by looking at them?
It shows in the way they move and how they carry themselves. If it's a put on or if it's real.
And that's basically something that you acquired being a director because you teach those skills on how to present themselves on stage. So again, like that what you said is something that the girls need to focus on and need to watch on because it's the sincerity that will make you a queen. You know, it's not just about beautiful, but when you don't have that sincerity and being true, how could you be a role model, right?
The crown is not in your head. The crown is what is inside you.
So for 15 years and counting, he has been the founder of Abundance, a company devoted to spreading positive energy worldwide. So let's talk about this because for people that know you, everything that you have posted, it's all about abundance and how to actually apply that in their life. Please tell us something about that.
Okay. Actually, as a thought leader of True Abundance, what I espouse is abundance means having a lot, plenty, feeling blessed. Not just about money, but a lot of happiness, a lot of space, a lot of friends, a lot of energy, a lot of cheerful times. Having a lot of anything in life, not just money. Having opportunities, having experiences. Abundance means having a lot or whatever you have in life. Not everything, but if you have everything, then the others have nothing. But you always have a lot of, and that's what I'm telling everybody. You can always have a lot of, not a lot of sadness, not a lot of fear, not a lot of worry, but a lot of uplifting, empowering, inspiring happiness and joy.
Again, I can reflect to that because I've read that book about abundance, and people have a different mentality about, oh, I want to be abundant, like thinking about like I want to have all the things in the life. But in order for you to be abundant, you need to actually be thankful of what you have in order to have more abundance. Because if you're not enjoying what your current situation is or what you currently have, then you're not able to actually have more abilities to get what you want more, to be better. Because a lot of people think about abundance as more of a monetary or thing, but it's not about like personal gratitude and spirituality. So maybe talk about that. How can abundance be connected to spirituality and self atonement?
Abundance is two sides. Money is okay. We all want money. We all need money. That's not wrong. But what is wrong is if we only focus on money. Abundance means I focus on money and heart, values, relationships, happiness. I have money. I have heart. I have money. I have values. I have money. I have relationships. I have money. I have happiness. Not just money, if that is incomplete. When you have money and heart, money and values, money and relationships, money and happiness, then you have true abundance. That's our goal. We have everything we need, but not all, because we need to share it and give it. Blessing comes after giving. Blessing comes after giving. Blessing comes after giving. People think blessing comes after getting. Blessing comes after giving. Blessing comes after giving.
Remember that, ladies and people who are watching. Blessings after giving, which people need to learn. Blessings after giving. And the popular line in the pageant, the winner takes it all. How can you actually define that with abundance? Because I'm sure a lot of the people, when they're so competitive and then they don't make it, they actually hate themselves for not getting that far. So, would you be able to say something about that?
It's nice to win the crown. It's nice to win the scepter. It's nice to represent Canada in the world. But what is nicer is you grow, you become better, and you are a better woman. You are you've been shaped by your experiences. Abundance means you're happy even if you're happy despite you're happy no matter what. The crown is good, but even without the crown, I'm okay. I didn't win. That hurts a bit, okay, and then later I'll be happy again. Because what is yours is yours. What is mine is mine. If you get it, thank you. If I didn't get it, thank you. Because what is ours is meant to be ours, even without trying very much.
That actually does not only apply to pageantry, but for people who are athletes, for people who are competing, whether in singing competitions, dance competitions, that is so important because some people are not good sports. Because I guess I don't blame it too, because maybe the people that have put pressure on them in trying to do so well and get the gold. But like people that actually need to realize that there's always um, a growing experience that they actually get from each and every competition or life activity that there is to happen. you know um, i could I could attest to that, and especially now in COVID-19, there's a lot of things that you people learn from this experience. It's like now I always admire you, and I always so envious. Like Pido is always on the pool. Pictures on Facebook, always on the pool. having my me time. It's important to have my me time. In order to be abundant, I need to take and enjoy this time that I have right now. Maybe actually the audience would like to know, why is that so important?
Abundance is plenty, a lot, overflowing, a lot of time for self, a lot of time for family, a lot of time for friends, a lot of time for rest, a lot of time for recreation, a lot of time for health, a lot of time for money, a lot of time for mission, a lot of time for the many things you want to do, and yet you are not rushing. You're taking your time. Abundance means you have a lot of things in every area of your life, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, spiritual. You have many, many things, and you have plenty, and yet you are calm. You are calm. You are calm.
And that's what people need to have, the calmness in spirit and in mind, because people lived a lot of hectic life, especially here in North America, and I think this COVID-19 taught everybody that, you don't need to have or live a life that is very hectic. You need to take each moment and each hour of your life to live a stress-free life. So again, a lot of people would experience this more if you read on all the books that he offers, because it does make sense. I'm telling you. And I'm telling all the girls in our pageant, this is something that is a gift that Pido is offering all our contestants, because it's important, especially being a public figure and a motivational person, because that's the role of a pageant queen. It's not just being a beautiful girl, it's making a role model in reality for real people, not just the point of being just beautiful, but to actually being there and inspire others. So I'm sure the girls cannot wait for that, to experience your knowledge and your ability to transform all these lovely young ladies. And again, Pido, thank you for that, because it it is important in any girl's life, especially who are battling with depression, self-esteem, and who have experienced abuse, and people who are in substance abuse and physical abuse, right? So now, for 6 years and counting, he has been a monthly guest of Radio Veritas broadcast, Pamilya Ko, Pamilya Mo, and Katok Tahanan. So aside from being an author, a motivational speaker, he is also a journalist. So please tell us about this part of your life.
Radio Veritas is a radio for Catholic listeners, and it's about spreading the faith, believing in your God, whoever your God is, hanging in there no matter what happens. So every month we talk about how to just be there, whether you are worried or tired, whether you think you don't have money anymore, whether your husband left you or your wife hates you, whatever you go through, it's all about your God. It's not about religion, but your God, who you believe in, and how strong you are in keeping that. And we do that every month, and we reach about 100,000 listeners every time.
And again, in this moment, a lot of people have their own gods. They've built a god, not actually knowing and having a relationship with God. And I guess a lot of people have told me, since I became a Christian, like, I know I was a Christian as Catholic, but I became more of the renewed Christian. I realized that, you cannot make yourself even a God, because there's always a higher being that you need to be um, indebted to. And that's what I learned from the scriptures, and you yourself is a practicing Christian. I'm sure people are saying, why is he wearing an Indian guru kind of like a setting? But he is a devoted Christian. Why, again, I'm sure a lot of people would like to know, what is it with Indian guru outfit, Pido?
I just found myself liking beads. And then one day I find myself liking beads and stars. And then one day I find myself liking beads and stars and robes. So from that time on, I have beads and stars and robes.
So what is the symbolism of bead?
I don't wear it to symbolize something. I wear it because I feel comfortable in it and I feel good wearing it. And it just makes me feel better each time.
Because I remember you gave me a present. It was a green, I think it's a jade beads, and yeah, and
Okay,
it does give me calm. It calms me in a very serious moment. So I'm sure like there are healing factors with every beads that there is. I know some people might not agree on that, especially in the Christian world, but it does have it's a nature effect. I don't know, maybe can you explain about that? Because I seen you and I know that there's different meanings with these beads.
I don't know the different meanings for all the beads, but what I know is whether you wear beads or a suit or a cocktail dress, it's your choice. It's your choice to feel healed. It's your choice to feel free. It's your choice to feel liberated. It's your choice to be a little happier. You don't have to be happy, 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 but just a little happier each moment. Just a little happier each moment.
Yeah, and people fail to actually realize that about being happier, a little happier in the moment, because again, people um, are not contented with what they have sometimes. So I think it will be a great help, even if you put more effort, Pido, on that and spreading the word, because I know you can do it. People really need to hear that message because I heard it from you, and that's how I learned how to be contented. So let's talk about for 6 years and counting that you have been a contributor of Balita, which is a newspaper of Tescosipag, who I respect so much in the Filipino community and also as a fellow pageant. She is the one who is the main publisher of Balita, which is a Toronto-based Filipino newspaper. So what do you do for that?
One time when I was there, Tita said, would you like to write a column for Balita twice a month? What about? What do you want to write about? So I said, maybe positively affirming. So every month, twice a month, I have a column called Positive Affirming to make you feel good, to make you feel calm, to make you feel better, whatever happens in your life, whether it's relationship or health or money or your boss, or you haven't cleaned the house, or you feel lazy today. It's a lot of affirmation and positive, uplifting statements twice a month. So go get a copy, Canada.
Huh. Congratulations about that, because I know a lot of people have been reading your columns at the Balita newspaper, and I've heard a lot of positive words about it that it helped them a lot, you know, um, mentally, which is very important. So I'm going to ask now because I'm sure a lot of people, how does this relate to mental health? Because I'm sure everyone has a mental situation, especially in the toxic life that we're living in right now. How does this, or how is this connected? All these things that we're talking about to our own mental state or mental well-being. Did you hear me? Pido, can you hear me?
Not quite.
Okay, so I'm talking about what we've been talking about. How does this relate to mental well-being or mental state? State of mind, mental well-being?
Okay. Yeah, I will make it simple and easy. What you think is okay, but if you prolong it, that's where the problem lies. If what you think is happy, go on with it. If what you think is sad, that's okay. To be sad sometimes is okay. To think sad, to think worry, to think doubt, that's okay. But when you think long about sadness and fear and doubt, your thoughts become real. Your thoughts become surrounding you. Your thoughts happen. Because thoughts happen, might as well shift a little bit. Shift to a little happier thought. Shift to a little more cheerful thought. To be afraid is okay, but if you're afraid tomorrow and the next day and the next month and you're still afraid, then that's where the problem lies. It's your choice. I'm afraid, but I will do something about it. I am worried, I am sad, I am stressed, I'm freaking out, I'm going berserk. That's okay. And then what will you do about it? It's the what will you do about it that's important. You cannot stay where you are. You cannot stay where you are.
It's really true, but Pido, because sometimes in situations like in the Philippines where there's always classes of life, the rich, the middle class, and the poor. And the richer gets richer and the poor gets poorer. And I guess that's the reason why a lot of the people who are poor are so in a situation where they feel so helpless because they cannot pull up. What can you say about that to them? Because the same thing with the rich people, they are actually having issues with depression because they think that having a lot of money cannot make them happy. They thought that they can buy happiness, but it's actually not true. So, what can you say about that in regards to
Okay.
that kind of situation?
I will answer it in two ways, for the poor and the rich. For the poor, it's okay to be poor, but it is not okay to stay poor. What have you been doing about it? What will you do about it? You cannot keep complaining that the government is like this, or my husband is like this, or my neighbor is like this, or my community is like this. To stay poor, that's wrong already. To be poor, that's okay, but to stay poor, it's your fault already. Now the rich, money, you're right. Money doesn't buy everything. Just remember a while ago, money and heart, money and values, money and relationships, money and happiness. When you have those, then you are really happy. It's not your money, but heart, values, relationships, and happiness.
There you go, everyone. Something that you all need to look forward to because every moment and everybody needs a Pido moment. It,
Wow.
that's a new how can I say that new line. Everybody needs a Pido moment. I will start putting that on Facebook now. Everybody needs a Pido moment because it does. Like, in order to get that clarity and clearance to live a stress-free life, everybody needs to have a Pido moment, refreshing moment, right? So now, Pido, how can these people avail? How can all the like people who are watching, maybe they wanted to have the opportunity to get these books. How are they able to have an opportunity to order these books?
As of the moment, they are not yet online. They were online, but right now they are not yet online. So I will keep you posted. If you're from the Philippines, you can always order here.
Oh, even the first books that you had, they're not available online anymore?
There was a deadline, it expired, so I will just have to renegotiate a contract.
Okay. Well,
What
I'm
they can
sure
do is,
I'm sure Pido can leave the website address if you have a website and even email address so people can email you if they want to personally order these books because I'm sure they would love to have this.
They can go to my Facebook page, Pido Aguilar Jr., or to my Instagram, Abundance by Pido, or to my LinkedIn, Pido Aguilar, or to my website, www.pidoaguilar.com, or to my email, pido at abundancebypido.com. If they forget, they just jump to Facebook and I'm there.
Again, I think it's easier if you get to contact Pido on Facebook by Pido Aguilar Jr. Click on that and leave him a message.
Connected.
Yeah, leave him a message. Even add him as a friend. Pido loves every new friend. And I noticed that on Facebook because when it's your birthday, you get that special message of from Pido. Again, everybody needs a Pido moment, right? So you get that Pido moment on your birthday. I always, it makes my day whenever I get that greeting from Pido, and again, these books are so essential in today's situation, in today's society. So please um, leave him a message, contact him on Facebook because I guarantee you, it will make a big difference in your life. I guarantee you that. And for someone who I knew Pido for a long time, but like I didn't know about these books, but it helped me a lot because when I see him, we don't really talk about this. You need to have your own moment. Again, Pido moment in reading these books in order to learn from it. So again, contact Pido on Facebook, Pido Aguilar. Leave him a message and he'll be happy. Maybe he'll even tell you how much for the shipment. Because sometimes he even gives this as gifts. It's so worth it. So Pido, I was telling you I want to put you in a spot. Do you remember any favorite songs that you have singing during Ateneo Children's Theater? Because you always sing.
Oh, memory gap, memory gap. But one song comes to mind now, just three, four lines, but not from the musical. Is that okay?
No problem.
I just want to leave everyone a little more inspired and a little more feeling better. Just three, four lines, and here goes. For everyone out there, whether Canada or the world or the Philippines, the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be fine. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till the dawn. When you're stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, just pick up your chin and grin and say, the sun will come out tomorrow. So you've gotta hang on to tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a friend. Always. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day.
Pido, you never lost your touch. As I mentioned, the theater world needs you again. Even for that one moment again, because I'm sure a lot of people would would like to have the opportunity of working with you in that kind of field. It again, it helped me a lot, and I remember all the days in ACT because we always learned to sing our lines because he was very strict for us to like learn our, especially our singing lines, and it reminded me of the Ignatius of Loyola story where we actually always sing that favorite part of in um, uh, Ines Ines and who was the the girlfriend of Saint Ignatius of Loyola, and was very saddened because Ignatius actually transformed into becoming wanting to be a servant of God. And I remember that song, Inigo Nacho, Inigo. Oh, how I cannot let him know. What must I show? What must I let him go? As soon as I watch him walk away, I know that I'll be standing still. I don't want to sing the whole song, but I remember that song because it was so touching to every girl that's always believing in the Cinderella story, right? So, Pido, the whole world want to know what can they look out for you? What are your future? Are there any future events or any future activities that you'll be doing? Maybe that they can attend or see.
Well, the new normal is fewer live sessions because of social distancing. So I will be posting webinar schedules soon. And then
You
I'll
should
keep
do
you
like
honest.
webinars,
Mm-hmm. We'll keep
and
you
I'm
updated.
sure. Yes. So um, people who want to attend or even get advice or want to have a webinar workshop, I highly recommend you contacting Pido. Pido, thank you so much for being here with me, and I'm looking forward to um, having you in August because I miss you so much, and I'm sure the girls are actually um, looking forward to hearing you speak and having that workshop with you because it will really help them out. But one thing, Pido, because not because I was your student, but how would you be able to describe me back then and to the woman that I am now?
When you were a little girl, you were all over the place. But now you have found your space and you know who you are and you're on your way to your magnificence.
Aw, I hope I make you proud, and I hope I keep on making you proud. And because to like you are big, or you are always a big factor in my life. So um, and with that, I'm very grateful. Thank you so much again, Pido. I love you, and I am wishing you good health. Be safe. Enjoy as always. You enjoy your life, um, and hoping that one day we can go to Boracay again together, or maybe in Bohol, or maybe again I'll bring you to Europe with me and have a good vacation. So thank you so much, Pido, and again, it's an honor to have you in our show. And people of the world, people of Canada, the delegates of Miss Canada Globe Productions, I present to you one last time, Mr. Pido Carlos Aguilar Jr.
And I can't wait to have a big moment with all of you.
Thank you. Loves and kisses. Bye.
Bye.